After a 1-month road trip, I realized that my kitchen, although functional, was not easy to use. I had to move buckets to get to one bucket. Things always had to be moved to get to something else. So now that I'm home, I have done a complete reorganization, and the upgrades cost me about $15. I put in a sliding shelf for my stove, and I kept a gap for the chopping block. So the stove used to sit on top of the chopping block, and then on top of the stove was a bucket with all of the cookware. Now I've built another shelf, and then inside here I can store that cookware, and then on the bottom where our cooler goes, I have put a pan, and then still plenty of room for some coffee supplies. Then over here, I did not have this little shelf, and I had to, that's where some of my storage was, on top of each other. And then I built another door. So the hinges and the locks were a few dollars, and then the slider for there was $5. So now I have plenty of room. I kept my bungee, and I had just plain old buckets in there, but they didn't seem to hold things correctly. But I kept that so in case things go flying around. Down here, I found these that I had already, and I just kind of put them all back together instead of having a bucket on top of a bucket. And now I have plenty of room for snacks. And then in here I have morning, I always have oatmeal, and so bowls, and then these containers for coffee or oatmeal, and then silverware, and then the coffee. So now I don't have to move anything in order to get to another item. And again, this shelf here was also new, so now I have a place to store my spices and my wet wipes. And then my sink, really, I highly recommend this particular brand of pump if you're looking for a pump. It lasted 30 days and is really simple to use, and I have a 5-gallon fresh water. I do not have a gray tank. But overall, it's completely set up now, and I'm really excited to go on my next trip.